Hello, good day. This is Revi saying good day and welcome to my podcast channel again. I appreciate you for following me. I appreciate you for listening to me. Today's topic, we will be dealing with teenagers. Last week we talked a lot about parenting, and today we are focusing on the other part of parenting, which has to do with teenagers. By God's grace, I have a child of 15, so I speak with some form of experience. I don't have all the experience, but I'm going to share some of the experience that I have. A note for all wise parents. Many parents are very religious. They have a lot of faith in God, and they believe in miracles a lot. They just allow their children, especially teenagers, to roam the streets. They are not scared of anything. They just cut their teenagers loose to do or go anywhere they like without monitoring or checks and balances. They don't care whether their teens go to school or not. The teenage period is a very sensitive period for any child. This is the period where the child is molded towards the path of a good or a bad child. Every parent must take this stage very seriously. Don't just fold your arms and say what will be, que sera, sera. Wise parents think differently. They may have faith, but they believe in strategy and they believe in putting checks and balances for their teenagers. Wise parents know that during teenage age, the child wants to know. The child wants to explore. They are inquisitive. They ask a lot of questions because they want to know things. They will start questioning previous standing instructions that you've even given to them while they were much younger. They see themselves as adults. And of course, they notice all the signs of puberty in their body too. So wise parents must begin at this stage to show a little bit of respect to the teens. Respect their privacy. Some of them will demand and require you knock before entering their rooms. Please oblige them. Don't just snoop into their phones without their knowledge. If you want to check their phones, ask them. Say, boy, go get me your phone. I want to look at it. Just respect them a little bit. If you want to discipline them, let them know why. And please, you will still need to stop embarrassing them before their friends. A lot of them don't take it lightly. If you embarrass them before their friends, especially in church, in school, you talk down on them, they don't like it. During this stage, it can no longer be, do what I say. They will demand to see you show them too. So be the doer of what you are teaching. Please, at this stage, do not hide the topic of sex from them again. Teach them some basic things about sex and sexuality. And if they ask you further questions, please teach them. Otherwise, they will learn it from the internet or from their classmates. I want to just share some tips. Number one, please try your best. Put them in good schools, not schools known for hooligans. Very important. Number two, if you need your teenagers to do some form of business or some form of work to help the family to survive, explain to them properly, let them understand them, put controls in place so they don't miss school. Introduce them to God over and over again. Introduce them to teenage group in church and school. Let them be busy in the house of God. Try your best possible, if you can, to stay in great neighborhoods that you can afford. Relocate them from areas prone to gangsters if you can. Number five, introduce them to variety of sports, handwork and hobbies during their holiday. Make use of their excess energy. Watch out for their natural giftings and abilities. Allow them to be largely who they want to be, but don't pressure them to be you. Let them evolve. Don't pressure them to be you. Very important. Guide them to choose the right courses and careers. Leave nothing to chance. Have the habit of checking their school bags and books. Number 10, check and ask questions when you see them with gifts and gadgets you did not buy for them. Very important. Wise parents are protective of their children. They don't just expose their children to dangers, they put mitigations in place. Wise parents invest a lot in their children, even if they are poor. They deny themselves of certain pleasures and they invest in their kids. When you want to discipline your teenagers, please be sensitive. Do not provoke your children to anger. You don't want to do that. Do not provoke your children to anger. It's in the Bible. Parents, provoke not your children to anger. One key message I want to leave for every person who has teenagers at home: choose your battles wisely. Don't fight your children over everything. Choose your battles wisely. There are strategic things you want, hammer on those things. Some other small things, just leave them. Over time, you choose your battles, win them, and then move to the next one. Don't be fighting. You can imagine fighting your son or your daughter for every single thing. You get tired, and they too will get tired. Some teenagers at this stage, they get frustrated. When their mommy wants to flog them, they hold the cane. When their daddy wants to flog them, they fight back, they hold the cane, they dodge beating. Sometimes they even run away from home. So run away from home because they don't like what they see at home. They don't like how their father is treating their mother. They don't like how their mother is treating their father. They run away from home. Some even go as far as eloping with a boy or eloping with a girl. What can a parent do at this stage when your teenager is now fighting back? What can a parent do? It can be a very frustrating experience, especially single parents having plenty boys as teenagers. I understand. I know what you are going through. What can a parent do at this stage? Number one, I'll say, allow your children, your teenage children, to express themselves as per what they don't like in your approach. Listen to them. It is important. Listen to the child. They've always been telling you something. They've always been trying to tell you something. But you feel that you know too much. You feel that who are these small children like you? Before you I was. But listen to them. Allow them express themselves. Let them tell you that, mommy, this is the approach I don't like. This is the way I don't like. I don't like how you talk to me like this in front of my friends. Allow them express themselves. Listen to them. Then, number 3, amend your ways. Change your leadership style. The leadership style and the parenting style you use for this child, when this child was 7 years and 8 years, it is outdated. Change your parenting style. Upgrade so that you can be effective. Number 4, sometimes teenagers react based on how bad you treat their mom or how bad their mom treats their dad. So they react to you in a snobbish way because they don't have the voice to tell you, but they feel that you are a bad father or they feel that you are a bad mother, and so they react. So please change. Number 5, if you are not providing enough of their needs, it is time to do so, because if you leave them to be hungry, if you leave them to be starving, if you leave them without clothes, they'll probably get it from outside and they will stop respecting you. A father that cannot provide, please, it's not a good thing. Trust God to help you, to open new doors of business for you so that you can start providing more for your family. Number 6, you need to talk to God a lot about your teenagers. Pray about them a lot. Trust that the Lord will help you handle them, because it is by the grace and by the mercies of God. Number 7, you want to know who their friends are in school. Know who their friends are in the neighborhood. Sometimes, to tactically find a way to separate your children from some of their friends can help. I know it is very difficult. But sometimes you need to hand it to God in prayers. Now that you have known that your child's friend is the bad influence, you can begin to pray. Some people have prayed some of their children's friends to change school. Pray them to relocate from your neighborhood, and your child will become free. Number 8, if you are being frustrated, before you commit suicide, before you have a heart attack, speak to a counselor. Speak to a counselor. Tell the counselor what you are going through, and a counselor will be able to help you with your specific situation. Because all these things I'm talking about, sometimes they are general. Your situation may be specific, so you may need to speak to a counselor. Tell them the specifics so that they can help you, and also speak to your son or your daughter. Are you a wise parent? I believe so. Foolish parents don't invest in their children, but wise parents do. Wise parents do. They invest in their children. See, I trust that everyone listening to me is a wise parent from today. I wish you a great relationship. I wish you a happy marriage, and I wish you stressless parenting. I'm Reverend Victor Ekpe, Rev for short, your relationship mentor and senior pastor, CJMI Water Resources District Headquarters, off Water Resources Road, Izagba. And remember, my book Marriage Aglow is out. If you're in Warri, you can get a copy from Praise Bookshop, Praise Center. If you're outside Warri, you can reach me directly and you'll get a copy. Kindly help me share and spread this podcast. You know a parent who is struggling with his or her teenagers, you can share this with them. You can tell them about our marriage WhatsApp group. They can join. We can share ideas. We can discuss, and their lives will never remain the same again. Until next time, stay blessed. Love you so much. Bye.